Today, this is gonna be the special day in Comic Studio. And probably perhaps that I just went for saw like this for the very first time on the television as well when I was extremely small after when I was born. After 3 months, I have seen this for the first time. Could be for some sort of for a motorsport automobile like the Piston Cup Racing series, like those things, and probably it will be cars like from Pixar Cars like themselves as well. And probably the only one thing is could be Lightning McQueen over here. And nothing for such as tires, like anything is probably I'm not very sure. We didn't actually go to be careful around here, as we're going to be showing up for some spoilers since the last video that I just did some Diary of a Wimpy Kid stuff around here, added a little bit more, and probably that I'm not going to be unusual like those things as well. The place could be like a dream that I just never essentially like this as well. And probably yes, it could be reviewing around for the Pixar Cars Comic Creator and this comic studio around here. The link is gonna be in the description around here, and probably we wouldn't able to be reviewing for some kind of stuff. There must be for unwritten for them something as well that says here the Disney Cars is owned by Pixar Animation, and even that the comic creator made by Brickyardly 24. Probably it's absolutely for the not brief or like these definitely Brickyardy 24 like this. Even for sometimes that wasn't gonna be like this. This is actually not the creator itself or some sort of the real happens what I never about to say for around here for a little bit more. There's nothing around here for many tabs. Introduce something as well. So the first thing is the characters that I cannot believe it that we're going to be showing up for some kind of that the first starting that could be wheels, and then the results that we're just seeing these characters as well, and we have for surprise for a little bit for what's happening is going on. So this is absolutely for my surprise as well, and I have seen for the first time for almost 20 years since that I didn't seen this on the theater shows. Unfortunately, I'm unable to be seen like this, and that wouldn't able to be seeing this from the theater shows, which means that cost expensive more than ever that I never just completely saw. And maybe I didn't actually drawn by this thing as well, but this is absolutely my case as well, where the crazy surprise will be this. Thankfully, that must be for actually the reveal was pretty surprising, and we're seeing the characters like this could be always like the McQueen, and for some kind of unknown reasons, that must be tires, the fuel pump, and the cards, the game cards as well, and a freeze array. The freeze array is something as well. And for the effects, could be for some clouds or some kind of a little bit for shining like those things. Whenever that wouldn't able to be seen like this as well. And for the special backgrounds, I wouldn't able to be seeing for such as this. So here this goes. That must be for some sort of clouds or whatever. That must be some sort of like these things as well. Or even like this. The most wonderful like those things could be in my dreams. No, that's not my dream whatsoever. This is absolutely the art made by a username, and which is absolutely insanely fun. This is just like a dream, and it was absolutely amazing. Anyways, that must be the start finish line, and the track could be for around for the Motor Speedway of the South, or some kind of the California like those things as well. It must be Los Angeles International Speedway. I probably guess this is actually based off in Los Angeles International Speedway, that I remember for just a little bit right, and probably didn't see around for those some kind of ocean features like this that locates around in Florida International Super Speedway. I probably never seen this a while ago, and I wasn't able to be like them as well. Probably the crowds are almost everywhere. Nothing against like anything from above as well. So I'm gonna be started a little bit adding for a little bit of stuff as well, including for some NASCAR automobiles. And we're starting around here, except like going all around over here as well. Even for some sort of going into the pits as well. So this is actually for one thing. There's no podium that features anyways as well. And probably that could be the finish line or whenever. That wasn't gonna be for such as a little bit of a case. So here's the finish line for absolutely going for one win. Like whenever I just going to be added a little bit for some sort of a little bit of peace. And it seems like there must be NASCAR drivers are racing fast for around here for like anything as well. So it's gonna be for a little bit for some kind of made of like the fan arts of the motorsport track. I gotta be moving a little bit of images as fast as possible, and thankfully that I might gotta be added something in my files. And also, there isn't going to be for submitted sprites like anywhere, and because that they're just completely using the studio crossovers for such as more backgrounds like themselves and Cookie Run Comic Studio around here as well, that they just added 2 cookies between Kiwi, Hero, and Shining Glitter cookie around here. That must be 3. And imagine this NASCAR battles around everywhere for it's something as well, including around supercars. Even possible that we just added one Hot Wheels car over here, right there, and probably that must be added away for some sort of for a NASCAR cars on my files, including for such as McLaren F1 GTR right behind the Ford Fusion, besides of a NASCAR driver and Hero Cookie, and right behind between the 2 Chevy SS, and right there could be the Ferrari F12 Tour de France, could be overtaking one of the cars as well. Probably that must be a Gen 4 race car over here, including the Hot Wheels version as a Dodge Intrepid or a Dodge Charger, like this thing as well, or some kind of the SRT NASCAR, or some kind of a one thing for overall. It was battle against Ford Fusion like this. There must be a new Camry from the 2017 season from Forza 7. There must be Stig, and it was on top of the Camry. Could be Kiwi Cookie. Shining Glitter wasn't going to be for such as a little bit as well, but her supercar was being equipped by Lightyear tires, which means could be a NASCAR tires as well. But Kyle Larson drifting to the finish, and probably it's absolutely for some sort of for an accidental power slide as well, beneath for some sort of an oversteer as well. And also supercars chasing Chevy SS, could be the Lamborghini Veneno is chasing it down for the win, and possibly except the Mercedes AMG GT3, it wouldn't be so probably like going to catch up like anything as well. So that was all the case for round as well. Probably it was absolutely drifting all the way to the finish line, and absolutely was going to be a little bit for really thoughts as well. Since by 2016 and 2017, when I was on television, I'm probably sure when I was watching on television on Fox Sports 3, and which means I have seen NASCAR racing to the lines as well, starting with Indianapolis and any tracks that I just probably found from the television center like this, or the television like I just probably seen around here from the broadcast live. Except I have seen this from the internet videos. Probably that must be for only one reason. It was featured in Forza Motorsport 7, but actually another one features for around Hot Wheels as well, but not probably like the real life things that I seen. I have fell in love with some sort of for a illegal job as well, for one thing. And I was probably in favor around in the NASCAR cars, and it was absolutely nostalgic that I just added for some sort of the Gen 6 cars and the next gen car on the finish line. Now we're going to be seeing the user comics and see why. But there must be 2 comics available for in this comic creator. But that's it, perhaps like this, like anything as well. The link is going to be in description below. And probably that you might gonna be checking out for the main website as well. So thanks again for watching, and I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll talk to you Minilands and Comic Studio users all later, and I'll be see you right here for 2 days that I'm gonna be uploading for the next one.